Well, that river down there must be, I suppose, the what do you call it? Can't remember. Morava River. That's probably what it is. It falls into the Danube, but at the moment it's the boundary between the Czech Republic and Slovakia. And this Brodské Diaľnice is the old. This is interesting because it wasn't there for many years. You see, under communism, you can't even call it the communist border, because under communism, Czechoslovakia was a single country. So they just knocked that up for the Velvet Divorce, and then just a few years after the Velvet Divorce, I think the Velvet Divorce is about 93 or 4, I can't remember exactly, but then in the early 2000s you've got already, well, 2003 everybody gets into the European Union, and then in 2000 and I think about 6 you've got everybody joining the Schengen Accord anyway, so it's not 2007. So that means that, 12 or 13 years, 14 years max, that border post worked and had something to do. Probably pretty half-hearted at the best of times. After all, nobody really wanted there to be two countries in the first place, except those people that would get an additional government job for themselves or their friends out of it. In the main, it's not a great big difference. The border between the Czech Republic and Slovakia is a border which everybody knew where it was, because they'd been administered to regions anyway within Czechoslovakia, and when you cross over a certain region, then you know where you are, and you've got a new language, etc. People are expecting you to speak the language. I've got a telephone call, but they can still understand Czech anyway. So you can see the nice undulations of small mountains that there are over there, going towards Bratislava now. Last, 20-30 kilometers of motorway, but I am going to actually do a small detour. I'm a little bit ahead of time, and I'm going to do a detour taking me past an architectural landmark which I've taken an interest in through reading Chrzanowski's History of the Slavs in Polish, of which the first volume is about the Great Moravian Empire, if you like, Zisha, and its sort of boundary, if you like, was actually the place where the Morava falls into the Danube, producing. There's a very strange thing happening on my thing there, but never mind. Well, hopefully it will start to be sensible. But basically, the Danube is overlooked, and where the Morava falls into the Danube, they produces an area where putting a castle there on a hill means that you can basically control the Danube shipping and crossings of the Danube for quite some space around. So therefore it was a strategic advantage to have that place for a castle, and that's what the Slavs did. So they had the castle there called the Devin Castle, and it was a stronghold for them back in the early Middle Ages, becoming like an area where the whole people could get in away from the enemy and stockade themselves in and keep themselves safe. So I've never seen it. I've never even seen pictures of it. So I don't even know really what I'm looking for, but I read about it and I thought I'd better go and see it. since it's something even the hotel I'll be staying at later is named after. So, well, apparently this is not the way to get off the motorway. I thought that it was about leaving the motorway at this point to get off it, but it looks like not. It looks like it wants to do something else instead. So you can see the BA for Bratislava there. Obviously the guy didn't see me coming because he started putting his indicator on even though I was there. It's supposed to be mirror signal manoeuvre. So here we've got Győr ahead, Bratislava 14 kilometers ahead, and something called Lamac with another exit, and it says that I should exit in 4.1 kilometers according to that. So I'll do what it says and see what happens. I put Devin in as the place I wanted to take me to, and we'll see what it comes up with. Whether it's the right place or not, hopefully will be. Other than that, I know one time when I'm in Bratislava and have a moment, like an hour, I could always take a taxi out to see it, but it's not as good as obviously doing it on the way in, because then I don't have to specially make the trip out and back again. I'm just doing a slight detour, so adding only maybe 10 to 15 minutes to the journey. Great.